Good evening, Crabs fans around the world and around the block listening on the World Wide Web and on the radio. Welcome to the first game of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series between the Humboldt Crabs and the Healdsburg Prune Packers here at the beautiful Arcata Ballpark. Benjamin Schaefer, along with Liam Warner and Mitchell Mongean, we're super thrilled to bring you all the action tonight as the Crabs try to win the Pacific Empire League Championship. Game 1 tonight here at the Arcata Ballpark. Game 2 in Healdsburg on Thursday, and Game Friday in Healdsburg on Thursday if necessary. Crabs trying to jump out to an early lead at home here. Yeah, I mean, this is really the game they need to win. Look, the Crabs have played the Healdsburg Prune Packers 6 times. Prune Packers have gone 5-1 against the Crabs. But I think the Crabs were really in it the entire series last time they were here.
Crabs have been in every game.
It was just a few just weird mistakes that the Prune Packers made them make. And I think if the Crabs just settle down and play their game, I think they have a real shot at winning this championship. I really
think so
do.
Too. Yeah, I agree. All right, well, let's get started. Let's give you the lineups for the opposing team, sponsored by Compass Community Credit Union and the North Coast Co-op.
Leading off for the Prune Packers will be their left fielder, Antonelli Savateri. Batting second will be the second baseman, Maximo Martinez. Batting third will be the first baseman, Logan Sutter. That's a name to watch. He's very good. Batting fourth will be the designated hitter, Cade Laidhoff. Batting fifth will be the right fielder, Alex Leopard. Batting sixth will be the catcher, Hideki Prather. Batting seventh will be former Crab at third base, Drake DiGiorno. Batting eighth will be the shortstop, Cade Campbell. Batting ninth will be the center fielder, Jay Souza. And on the mound for the Prune Packers will be Cole Tremaine.
Thank you, Liam. For our Crabs, Keenan Morris leads it off at third base. Tyler Howard in right field bats second. Cameron Sewell at second base bats third. Adam Manuel will be the DH and bat cleanup. Liam Forsythe will be the catcher and bat fifth. Jacob Pappas in left field bats sixth. Tate Metcalf at first bats seventh. Timmy Reed will be in center field. He'll bat eighth. Shortstop Michael Perazzo bats ninth. And on the mound, as mentioned, Cameron Sasso for the Crabs. All right, here's the first batter, and Liam's going to lead us off.
That is right. Benjamin Savateri will step in. The first pitch of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series is just up, and it's 1-0. What an exciting opportunity. This is the first postseason game at the Arcata Ballpark since 2013 when the Humboldt Crabs were in the Far West League. 1-0 pitch. Misses outside, and it's 2-0. Sasso, so far this season, this is his second start, 12 and a third innings pitched. He's given up 4 runs, 6 runs, only 4 earned, 5 walks, 10 strikeouts. 2.91 ERA. That's a fly ball that's going to drop into left field for a base hit. If you've been watching the Crabs and the Prune Packers this season, you know how good this lineup is, just unrelenting. So Maximo Martinez will step in. There will be a day off tomorrow, no game tomorrow, but Thursday, game 2 will be in Healdsburg. That start time is 6 p.m. Martinez is a ground ball to the left side, picked up by the third baseman Morris on the second for one, on the first, not in time. Savateri forced out at second, 5-4. Martinez at first with 1 out, and that's going to bring in Logan Sutter. And then if the series is tied 1-1, there will be a Game 3 Friday, 6 p.m. in Healdsburg. Logan Sutter steps in. He's one of the best hitters for the Prune Packers. Pitch is inside 1-0.
And if not, that'll be a travel day, so there'll be no ball game. Whatever happens, there's no ball game Friday night.
There will be no ball game Friday night either way here at the Arcata Ballpark. There might be a game 3 in Healdsburg. Right. But Saturday and Sunday are still as scheduled against the Peloteros. The 1-0 is swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. One pitch is fouled straight back, and it's 1-2.
Pretty nice night here in Arcata. It was very sunny and warm for most of the day. And then, of course, as usual here in the summertime, the clouds kind of rolled in. Evening, it's mostly cloudy here at the ballpark. Assume it's going to be pretty warm in Healdsburg. I haven't checked the weather forecast yet. Throw to first, pretty close. Martinez back in safely. One-two pitch, check swing, called strike three. And throw down to first. And Martinez back in safely. So Sutter strikes out, looking.
He didn't like the call.
He did not like the call.
Not at all.
Let's go bring in Kate Laidhoff.
Not one bit.
Kate Laidhoff out of a little tiny, not very well-known school known as the University of Michigan. They've only won a national title in football not that long ago. Slow ground ball to the left side. Morris boots it. He's not going to have a play. And it's mistakes like that that are going to kill you against the Prune Packers. And Keenan Morris is very sure-handed over there at third, but just couldn't get a handle on it.
It's an error on Morris.
That's kind of the thing last time the Prune Packers were here, is Crabs made a ton of weird mistakes. Hopefully that's it. It's limited to just that error by Keenan Morris, but
that's, you know,
it's kind of what we saw last time.
In that first game, in the last series, that was the ball that dropped between Morris and Perazo, you'll recall, and that led to a big inning.
That's right. Pitches low to Alex Leopard, 1-0. I think it's also really important, pretty obvious, that the Crabs need to score first, not be playing from behind. So this is a big moment here for Cam Sasso. One-0 is grounded foul off towards his own dugout. 1-1. First and second, 2 outs. For the Prune Packers here in the top of the first, game 1 of the PEL Championship Series. 1-1's in the dirt. Nice play by Liam Forsythe to keep it in front of him. It's 2-1. Gone are the days, Benjamin, at least for now, when the Crabs would play multi-day tournaments here at the Arcata Ballpark
to
determine a champion. Just 1 3-game series, but I have fond memories of those ended season tournaments. 2-1 is lashed fouled on the first baseline, 2-2. I believe it was 2011 when the Crabs had to win 3 games in 1 day to win the Far West League title, and they were able to do it. Remember coming to the ballpark for a 10 a.m. first pitch.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the Crabs were able to pull that off. A legendary moment in recent Crabs history. Two high and outside. Count goes full, 3-2. Sasso sets. Looks back. 3-2 pitch is popped up. Center field, Reed goes back, now racing back in, and he makes the catch, and that's going to do it for the Prune Packers here at the top of the first. They leave a couple on, but fail to score. It is Prune Packers 0, Crabs coming up in the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to exciting PEL Championship baseball here on 107.3 FM. Welcome back to F and 9th Streets here in downtown Arcata. Prune Packer 0, Crabs coming up in the bottom of the first. And Benjamin, do you want to give us the Crabs starting lineup?
Sure. I did that in the first
inning.
You
did that.
Yeah.
Do you want to give the Prune Packers defensively? Did you already?
I can do that, yes. That'd be more helpful. It's Cole Tremaine on the mound for the Prune Packers. Hideki Prather is at the catching. Logan Sutter at first. Maxico Martinez at second. Drake DiGiorno at third base. Cade Campbell at short. Antonelli Sabateri in left. Jay Souza in center. And Alex Leppards in right field. Drake DiGiorno, huh?
Former Crab. I apologize, Benjamin. I'm way out of my routine is thrown off by starting a game.
That's all right. No worries. Drake DiGiorno.
Yeah, former Crab.
Another turncoat.
I know. I knew you were going to be.
Look at him out there hugging it up with that pitcher.
You were going to be upset. It does sting a little bit that he's playing for the Prune Packers of all the teams. The Crabs' biggest rival at the moment. All right, Keenan Morris will step in. Going to give Keenan's numbers, Benjamin. He lines it into left field and right to the Prune Packer left fielder.
Well, he was batting
Cemetery.
.327, so he's not batting that now, but he came in batting .327.
He has good numbers, though.
Yeah, he's having
tons of walks, stolen
he's
bases.
Had a great season for the Crabs.
Great defensively, aside from the error.
He has more walks than strikeouts.
I'll bring in Tyler Howard.
Howard comes in batting .351.
First pitch to Howard. They're right on the black for a called strike, 0-1.
Howard has 4 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 home runs on the season.
He's been really good. The 0-1 is sprayed foul off to the right and onto F Street, 0-2. Howard, he joined the Crabs when the Crabs were in Healdsburg in mid-June. Had a really good series, and I believe had a good series also against the Prune Packers here not too long ago. 0-2 pitches fouled off
That
the
was
plate.
the Friday night game. He homered in that game, I think, and he was basically responsible for all the Crabs' runs.
That's right.
It was not enough, however, but still.
So he's a noted Prune Packer killer. I think that got a piece of catcher Hideki Prather. Looks to be all right. Just giving him a little extra time. Oh, 2 pitch. Ooh, misses.
That was close.
The home plate umpire, Justin Eastlaw, said it missed inside, but he was in the zone according to TrackMan. 1-2. 1-2 is a fly ball out to right field. The right fielder racing over at the wall, and that ball's gone. Tyler Howard puts the Crabs in front to start the PEL Championship Series. 1-0. Man, Tyler Howard just sees the Prune Packers as the opponent, and something just changes.
I don't know, but yeah, he has been hot against them this season. Another home run.
I mean, that was another home run. I think that was like his last one, where off the bat, it didn't seem like it was going to hit all that hard, and then it just carried out of here.
It just kept going.
348 feet, 93 miles per hour off the bat. Sewell will step in. And it's a called strike well off the plate outside, 0-1.
Yeah, the Friday night of that series, the first series, he was 4 for 5 with a home run and a double, 2 doubles.
Yeah. 0-1 to the dirt, 1-1. And I think that home run was similar to the one that was just hit, where it just kind of drifted out of here to right field.
And that one just curled around the foul pole out there at the 304 sign.
Said the Crabs need to get out in front to start. That's exactly what they did. The 1-1, and that misses outside. It was actually closer to the strike zone in that first pitch that was called a strike.
Who is the home plate umpire?
Home plate umpire is Trent Jensen. Justin Eastlaw at first, Dan Boutwell at third. Pitches popped up and out of play off to the left. 2-2, close to where former Crab Javier Felix is sitting. Javi Felix in the crowd tonight. Good to see him. Crab for 3 years, from 2022 to 2024.
Was a mainstay of the Crabs lineup all those years.
Really miss that guy. Good dude, good clubhouse guy, and a really good player as well. Had a really good season last season.
He sure did.
2-2 is low and inside. Count goes full, 3-2. First thing I did when I saw the roster was look for his name, and wasn't on there.
This year, you mean, yeah?
Yeah, this year. Was a little disappointed. Billy Ham, too, not on the roster. Missed that guy as well. The 3-2 fouled straight back. We'll do it again, 3-2. I don't remember the last time had somebody as a Crab for 3 straight seasons. Three-two up high, ball 4, and Sewell works the walk. And is very careful to not flip that bat too much.
Yeah, right, be careful.
After what happened with this guy who's stepping in the box, Adam Enyart, on Sunday, where he hit a home run, part of a back-to-back sequence with Cam Sewell, and then flipped it into the Rogues dugout a little too hard and was ejected. Right after, Miles Standish was ejected for bringing the home run chain out of the dugout. A really bizarre series of events. Pitch to Enyart is popped up, right side foul territory, coming over near his dugout, and making the catch is Logan Sutter, 2 away.
Did you ever find out why that's illegal?
I think it's a college rule. You can't.
I know, but do you know
bring any foreign objects out of the dugout.
Basis of such a rule would be?
I don't know. Bring in Liam Forsythe.
It just seems like a strange rule to me. I can't imagine. I don't know what the rationale for it would be. I mean,
yeah. I guess you don't want foreign objects that don't have to do with the game of baseball on the field of play, I guess. Liam Forsythe will step in. Pitches fouled off the hands, off to the right. And 0-1.
So you can't eat a sandwich out on the, you can't walk out with a sandwich, or?
I don't know. Maybe someone will explain that rule to me, but I don't.
That makes sense, though. I mean, that is the.
It makes sense that the rule's in there, and it's sometimes it falls on the opposing coach to point those things out.
Well,
rule's a rule.
Yeah. Yeah, rule's a rule. That's true, but.
0-1 is fouled off to the right. It's 0-2. But just, like I said, very odd series of events on Sunday.
That was a strange game, yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
But it was a game the Crabs needed to win, and they are here in the PEL Championship Series because of that win over the Medford Rogues.
Yeah, I'm assuming the protest has been withdrawn.
I would assume so. Yeah, the game was played under protest after Enyart's home run. Of course, doesn't really matter much anymore, and that's a swing and a miss from Forsythe, and that's going to do it here in the first inning. But Tyler Howard, a solo shot out to right field. It started off for the Crabs offensively. They lead it 1-0 as we head to the second. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, 107.3 FM. back to F and 9th here in downtown Arcata. Top of the second inning, the Crabs lead the Prune Packers by a score of 1-0. Crabs baseball is brought to you by Baywood Golf and Country Club, also by Big Blue Cafe. Visit the Crabs' favorite Big Blue Cafe on the plaza in Arcata, serving breakfast and lunch all day. Welcome home to the Big Blue. Also by Crestmark Millwork. Crestmark Millwork is a local manufacturer of custom cabinetry and millwork for commercial projects throughout California and Oregon, creating signature elements of extraordinary spaces since 1997. Crestmark is committed to promoting a healthy and productive society by investing in the relationships with our employees, local communities, suppliers, and customers. Will be Prather, DiGiorno, and Campbell due up for the Prune Packers against Sasso. And the pitch is a check swing inside, and first base umpire rules he did not go around. The fans are unhappy, and from our perspective up here, it was hard to tell. 1-0, another check swing, and it hits off of his bat, foul. 1-1. Pitch, high and outside, 2-1. As you'd expect, it is packed here at the Arcata Ballpark on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, shoulder to shoulder.
The only game in the PEL Championship Series that's going to be here in Arcata. Two one is slow chopper right to Sasso, the pitcher. Throw over to first, one away. It's going to bring in former Crab, Drake DiGiorno.
From the University of Utah, number 19, third baseman, Drake DiGiorno.
2 DiGiorno. And then for a called strike 0-1. By the way, we're going to be doing a little bit of a rotation tonight between the three of us. Mitchell Manji will be joining me starting in the 4th inning, and then Mitchell will be joining Benjamin starting in the 7th inning. 0-1. Misses outside, and it's 1-1. 1-1. In there for a called strike. Right on the corner, 1-2. One-two pitch, called strike 3 right on the upper inside corner. 2 away. Great pitch from Sasso.
Happy trails.
That's right.
UC Berkeley, number 2, shortstop, Kate Campbell.
And that's going to bring in Kate Campbell.
Screen time's pretty high.
Campbell's a fly ball out to right field, racing over is the right fielder, Howard, and he is going to make the catch, going towards the line, and that's going to do it for the Prune Packers here in the 2nd. They go in order. Crabs lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. You're listening to Game 1 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series right here on Humboldt's ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata, bottom of the second inning. Crabs at the Prune Packers by a score of 1-0. For the Crabs, it will be Pappas, Medikoff, and Reed against Cole Tremaine. Pappas high and inside, 1-0.
Pappas batting .313 on the season.
And that's line fouled on the left field line. 1-1. Tracy Mack, you don't have the correct information. 1-1 is a high fly ball to left field. Left fielder going back towards the wall. It's off the top of the fence. Pappas is going to race into second with the leadoff double. That was very close to getting out of here.
Yeah, that was only missed by about 4 or 5 feet.
All right, that's the way you want to start it.
91 off the bat.
Batting next from Santa Clara University, number 26, first baseman, Tate Medikoff.
To bring in Tate Medikoff.
Medikoff in 27 games is batting .231. He has 5 home runs, though, and that's third on the team.
Pitch to Medikoff is a ground ball right up the middle, base hit. Takes a high hop, and Pappas is going to be held up at third. And wisely so. Good throw in from center field. So the Crabs have first and third, nobody out.
That boy, Johnny.
Goes without saying, but the Crabs are going to win a championship. They're going to need to take advantage of opportunities like this. And Joey Gomes is going to go out to talk to his pitcher. Give me a chance to let you know the Crabs baseball is brought to you by Cypress Grove Cheese, who is the leading producer of delicious artisan goat cheese, including Humboldt Fog, one of the most famous cheeses in the country, proudly based in Arcata, California. Cypress Grove cheeses are available at cheese shops and grocery stores nationwide and online at cypressgrovecheese.com. There's nothing like that Humboldt Fog feeling. By Charleston Tree Services, we're here to help you with your growing concerns. Our locally owned and operated family business has served homeowners and commercial property owners throughout Humboldt County since 2007. By Compass Community Credit Union. And Crabs fans, team sponsor Compass Community Credit Union is happy to point you towards a better banking experience. Visit their conveniently located branches in Arcata and Eureka or online at compassccu.org. That's compassccu.org. Man, the umpires
this
really
guy just gets as long as he wants whenever he comes out, no matter who the umpire. Does he have some kind of special dispensation from baseball to come out and just spend as long as he wants? The umpires let him just go and let that. Just like that game the last time they were here, where he went on for a good 10 minutes out there. This was the longest.
Well, that wasn't quite as long.
You read 3 ads by the time he got done with his conversation out there.
I was powering through them. But yeah, that's right. I mean, the umpires have given Joey Gomes a lot of time to discuss various things. That's fouled off of his hands by Timmy Reed. 0-1.
I mean, is he some kind of sage or something out there? They're all, becoming enlightened, and that's what, I mean, what?
Well, to remind people, it was last time the Prune Packers were in here on Saturday. There was a call, which I do concede was the wrong call at home plate. The ball was dropped by the catcher, and the umpires didn't notice it. But then Joey Gomes was allowed to argue for a good 10 to 15 minutes. And then Cavanasaurus was thrown out after saying one word. 1-1 is a little dribbler down the first base line, and it's going to roll just foul. 1-2. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are some more fireworks between these two teams. This has become a really good rivalry here in the Pacific Empire League.
I mean, write a book, man.
Two of the oldest clubs in the PEL as well. Crabs have been operating continuously since 1945. The Prune Packers have been operating non-continuously since 1921. 1-2 is grounded foul on the first base line again. We'll do it again. 1-2. Really great to have the Crabs back in a league and playing meaningful baseball. It's been a really fun season, particularly this year. A lot of good competitive baseball.
Had a lot of competitive games.
1-2 is outside, 2-2, and nothing against
We've had very few games this year that were blowouts, really.
Yeah, and nothing against all the years where we were independent, and those games weren't entirely meaningless. I mean, every game's meaningful to these guys because they're working on their skills and everything. But the games have been so much better since rejoining a league. 2-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3, 1 away. It's gonna bring in bottom of the order in Michael Perazzo.
Perazzo batting .255 in 30 games.
From Sacramento State University, number 13, shortstop, Michael Perazzo.
He's been good with the bunt.
He has been good with the bunt.
Third baseman's playing back, so we'll see what he wants to do here. Just a Perazzo in there for a called strike, 0-1. Does not show bunt. Yeah, 1, he does show bunt that time and takes it up high, 1-1.
Wasn't the squeeze play, though.
Showing bunt again, the 1-1, taken outside, and it's 2-1. Showing bunt, the 2-1. It's a great bunt down the first base line. Coming in to score is Pappas, and no play at first.
Beautiful.
The Crabs lead it 2-0 off of a beautiful bunt down the first base line by Michael Perazzo.
Perfect bunt.
That's as good as it can get.
Back to the top of the order for the Crabs.
And the best thing about that is that it was a hit.
That's right. Yeah, nowhere to throw no play anywhere.
First and second, still only 1 out. Top of the order in Keenan Morris. Morris is swung on and missed, and it gets away from the catcher at the plate, and no play. Both runners move up. Second and third, 1 out. What's the ruling there, Benjamin?
Wild pitch.
Wild pitch. Hey, Benjamin, you're the official scorer for a PEL championship game.
Yeah.
No big deal. You've done this before. Benjamin has been here, done that. I have not. The 0-1 is in the dirt, and catcher doesn't see it for a second, but gets on it. This is the first postseason game I've ever worked. I started working for the Crabs when they were an independent team after they left the Far West League. So this is my first game in the postseason. But you've had plenty under your belt.
Well, we have not been in the league most of the years in the last few decades. I mean,
Yeah.
we were, and we had weird tournaments, but most of those tournaments, to be honest, the competition wasn't very good. This is a different thing because the competition's so much better.
1-1 is a ground ball right to Sutter. The first baseman looks the runner back, steps on first, 2 away.
A couple of those years where the Crabs hosted tournaments, the other teams were just not particularly good teams.
There usually were like
this
1
league,
or 2 other good teams.
Anybody in here, everybody in this league is pretty good.
Oh, yeah. No, all the people that have formed this league have done a great job. And hopefully, my hope is that we can bring more teams into this league so we can have more
that'd be great.
League games.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
I think that'd be great, yeah.
Pitch to Howard in there for a called strike. 0-1. Oh, just caught a piece of the corner. Last time up, hit a home run out to right field, high and outside, 1-1. A ball that did not look like a home run right off the bat, but just carried out of here to right field. And like you said, Benjamin, just wrapped around that foul pole. 1-1 foul.
He just missed that one.
1-2.
Just missed it. Belt high fastball.
One, two, it's a fly ball out to center field.
Yes,
the center fielder going back, it's off the wall. 1 run's gonna score. 2 runs are gonna score, and the Crabs lead it 4-0. Tyler Howard is a Prune Packer killer.
Man, he is.
Unbelievable.
Something about playing the Prune Packers. I don't know what it is, but man.
4-0 Crabs. What a start. That's going to bring in Cameron Sewell. 103 miles per hour off the bat. Stung it out to center. That one was hit harder than his home run.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Home run just floated out of here. That was lashed. Pitch is low and outside, 1-0. But this Prune Packer lineup is very, very good. The Crabs are going to need to pile on as much as possible. The 1-0 is low and inside, almost hits Sewell. It's 2-0. Howard at second with 2 outs. 3 runs in here in the second inning. 2-0, misses high and outside. Count goes to 3-0. Have somebody throwing in the Prune Packer bullpen, Blake Crawford. .3-0 is lashed foul off of the building that houses the restrooms. 3-1. Also houses the judo hut out there. Right field. Misses low, ball 4. Great at bat by Sewell. We'll head down to first. First and second, 2 outs, and I think Cole Tremaine's night is going to be over. Joey Gomes is going to go out. He's going to take him out of the game. As they do that, they go back to the studio for a 60-second break. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Crabs lead at 4-0. You're listening to Game 1 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series right here on Humboldt ESPN 107.3 FM. welcome back to downtown Arcata. First and second with 2 outs, 3 runs already in here in the bottom of the second. Crabs lead it 4-0 here in Game 1 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series, best out of 3. Game here at home tonight. Game 2, 6 p.m. on Thursday in Healdsburg, and then if necessary, Game 3 on Friday at 6 p.m. in Healdsburg. And the new pitcher on the mound for the Prune Packers is number 26, Blake Crawford, out of the University of Oregon. A lot of big schools on this roster. Joey Gomes, he can get a lot of good players from a lot of big schools. And he will face Adam Enyart. By the way, Crabs Baseball brought to you by the North Coast Co-op. I think I already did that one. Crabs Baseball brought to you by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank strengthening our local communities. Our commitments come to life through our people, programs, and policies. Together we can make a difference in the communities we serve. Ready to go?
Now batting for your Humboldt Crabs, number 16, designated hitter,
Adam Enyart. Crushed a home run on Sunday, part of a back-to-back sequence of Cam Sewell on the back end, and flipped his bat into the dugout, was ejected, but still a huge home run. Glad he's back here tonight. And that's in the dirt, and it gets away from the catcher. Both runners will move up
Wild pitch.
on the wild pitch. I'll make it second and third with 2 outs. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Enyart chased a pitch just a bit high and outside. 1-1. This is way outside. It's 2-1. Good at bats from these Crabs, Benjamin, so far.
Patient, getting the pitches they want, and driving them when they get them. That's the other thing.
Two and one. Oh, that is a tough call.
Come on up. What are you doing?
Pitch was
That was absurd.
a bit off the plate outside and called a strike. It's 2-2.
I don't mind if they're incompetent most of the year, but come on.
It is not Zach Norton behind the plate. 2-2 is a ground ball to the left side, picked up by the shortstop, throw over to first, and that's going to do it. Here in the bottom of the second, but the Crabs get 3. They lead 4-0 as we head to the top of the third. You're listening to Game 1 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series right here on Humboldt's ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to F and ninth here in downtown Arcata, top of the third inning. Your Crabs lead the Prune Packers by a score of 4-0. Cam Sasso out on the mound for his third inning of work. He'll face Souza, Savateri, and Martinez. Over the PA, Tim Warner just read out that Tyson Fisher, former Crabs manager here in the ballpark, in addition to Javi Felix. Tyson was only Crabs manager for a couple of seasons, but good dude.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah. Could always come up here and use the printer, or come up to the old booth. Pitch to Souza in there for a called strike right on the corner, 0-1. Took over for longtime Crabs manager Matt Nutter. And then, of course, Robin Guyver followed Fisher. 0-1 is lashed fouled on the first base line, 0-2. Game 1 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series. Game 2 will be Thursday at 6 p.m. There will be no game tomorrow. There will be no home game Friday here at the Arcata Ballpark. Possible Game 3 will be in Healdsburg. There will be no home game on Friday here at the Arcata Ballpark. 0-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Souza heading back to the dugout, 1 away. That's going to bring in the top of the order in Savateri. Reason there is no home game on Friday, in addition to the obvious fact that there could be a game on Friday, is that even if there is not a game, Game 3, that will be a travel day for the Crabs. This pitch to Savateri is grounded to the right side and right to the Crabs. First baseman Tate Medikoff takes it to the back himself, 2 away. And that's going to bring in Max Martinez.
Next number 11, second baseman, Maximo Martinez.
Martinez right on the black. It's 0-1. One pitch is fouled off the plate, 0-2. My guess, Benjamin, and we definitely don't know this for sure, is that Miles Standish will probably be starting on Thursday.
That would be my guess, yeah.
And I think the biggest reason he didn't start tonight is because he would only be on 3 days rest. He started.
May depend on what happens
Friday.
tonight, but that would be my guess as well.
So I think you'd want Standish on the mound either way if the Crabs are, trying to clinch a championship or they're trying to, save the series.
The only thing I was thinking is if the Crabs do win tonight,
0-2 is inside, 1-2.
You might want to hold Standish off Thursday because if they don't win Thursday, then you have Game 3. But also, if he doesn't start Thursday and they have a lead or something, he could come in.
That's right. Pull a little Madison Bumgarner.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll see. I'm very interested to see what Robin does.
Yeah, I'll be curious too.
So up high, 2-2. Benjamin will not be making the trip with me to Healdsburg, but I assume you'll be watching.
I'll be listening for sure. Yeah. I'm a radio guy. I like
me solo.
I like listening.
I will be in the stands at Recreation Park. 2-2, fouled off the plate. Of course, Game 2 and 3 in Healdsburg will be live here on ESPN 107.3 FM, 1340 AM, and the Crabs YouTube channel as always. Looking forward to the extra road trip. 2-2 is a fly ball out to center field. Reed goes back a few steps and makes the catch, and that's going to do it for the Prune Packers here at the top of the third. Crabs lead 4-0 as we get to the bottom of the third inning. You're listening to Game 1 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series right here on ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to F and 9th Streets here in downtown Arcata. Bottom of the third inning. Crabs leading the Prune Packers by a score of 4-0. A really great start. It will be Forsyth, followed by Pappas and Medikoff. 2 up for the Crabs against Oregon Duck Blake Crawford. Forsyth stepping in now.
Struck out his first at bat.
Good amount of sunshine out in left field. Mostly sun in center, but right field is covered in a good bit of shadow.
Tough for the left fielder. The third baseman has a little bit better because there's some shadow, at least a little bit of shadow where he's standing. But
pitch to Forsyth is fouled right back to the screen. 0-1. By the way, the Crabs are wearing their camo tops tonight. White pants. And the Prune Packers wearing their gray road uniforms with the dark red trim. Oh, 1 in there for a called strike. 0-2. I heard a fan yell for a second.
yeah, that was right down the middle.
It was right down the middle.
Kind of hard to complain about that one. I heard someone yell, "Good cat, good eye," on a pitch the batter took.
0-2 is low and outside. 1-2.
That was a strike. I mean, that was a strike.
Right. Well, I imagine there are quite a few Prune Packer fans in the house tonight.
I'm sure there are. Yeah.
And from the chatter that I've been hearing, there will be quite a few Crabs fans in Healdsburg on Thursday. 1-2's in the dirt, 2-2. So if you're a Crabs fan, you can make the trip down to Healdsburg. I highly encourage you to do so. The Crabs will need your road support. The Prune Packers, they, just like Crabs fans here at the Arcata Ballpark, they really do come out and support their team. The Healdsburg community loves their baseball team just as we do here in Arcata. Two swung on and missed, strike 3. Swung and missed and chased a pitch down low. 1 away.
Chased a couple of pitches in that at bat.
Jacob Pappas. By the way, Mitchell Mongi will be joining me for innings 4 through 6. And then Mitchell will be joining Benjamin Schaefer for innings 7 through 9. Pitch to Pappas is low, 1-0. 1-0 misses outside, 2-0.
Pappas drilled a double in his first at bat.
Swung on and missed. And it's 2-1. Is fouled off to the right. And it's 2-2. Pitch fouled off to the right again. And I don't know if a fan caught it or it hit a car, but
sounds more like it hit a car. People are pointing to the street.
Fans the top of the stands on the first base line are very excited. They love carnage. Tutu swung on it, missed strike 3. Foul tipped into the glove. Another good breaking ball from Crawford. 2 away. That's going to bring in Tate Medikoff.
Medikoff singled his first at bat.
Medikoff in there for a called strike. It's 0-1. One misses outside, and it's 1-1. One's in the dirt, and it's 2-1. High and outside. Count goes to 3-1. Is a fly ball out to center field. The center fielder going back, ranging over to his left, and he will make the catch. That's Jay Souza, and that's going to do it here in the third for the Crabs as they lead it 4-0. Stay tuned. Mitchell Manji will be joining me for the middle innings. You're listening to Game 1 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series right here on Humboldt's ESPN 107.3 FM. Welcome back to downtown Arcata. Top of the 4th inning is 4-0 Crabs. Due up for the Prune Packers will be Sutter, Laidhoff, and Leopard. And now to take you through the middle innings, here is Mitchell Manji.
What a game so far, Liam Warner.
Oh, yeah, what a start.
Crabs off to a hot start. Sasso back out for his 4th inning of work. First pitch is just inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Sasso efficient so far, 3 innings of work. It's a talented Prune Packers lineup. Here's the 1-0, a chopper up the middle. Second baseman throw to first, and Sewell in time for the out. Crabs shifted there. That was Sewell behind home plate, or excuse me, behind second base rather, with the put out.
You don't see that in the major leagues because that's been banned. But still do that here at the summer collegiate level.
Yeah, he was shifted just left of second base. Now here's the designated hitter, Cade Laidhoff. First pitch is in there for a called strike 1. So 1 run in the first for the Crabs. It was Tyler Howard with a solo shot to right. 3 runs at the bottom of the second. Second pitch from Sasso, down and away for a ball, 1-1. Top of the 4th inning. Crabs lead the Prune Packers game 1. Pacific Empire League Championship Series game 1 here in Arcata. Thursday and Friday, if necessary, will be in Healdsburg. That pitch is slapped into right. Coming in is Howard, and Howard makes the catch. 2 away. Four runs on 5 hits and 1 error for the Crabs. No runs on 1 hit and no errors for the Prune Packers. And Liam, this is a Prune Packers team that has taken 5 of the 6 from the Crabs so far this season, and hot start is everything you could have asked for here in game 1.
Yeah, this game's far from over, though. This lineup can get really hot really quick.
So 2 away, first pitch, check swing, and a called strike 1.
We've talked about the caliber of schools that are on this roster. Michigan, South Carolina, Oregon. If you watch college football, you definitely know the names of those schools.
The 0-1 is fouled straight back to the screen. Might I add, in my biased opinion, no Oregon State Beavers on the roster.
I know, right? Your alma mater.
And while we're at it, I'll throw in Oregon State did make the College World Series.
That's right.
So no balls, 2 strikes now to Leopard. Leopard flew out to center in his first at bat. Sasso out of the set, the 0-2. That's there, called strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning. Headed to the bottom of the 4th, the Crabs on top 4-0. You're listening to Crabs Baseball on ESPN 107.3. Bottom of the 4th inning here from the Arcata Ballpark. Crabs on top of the Healdsburg Prune Packers. 4-0 game 1 of the Pacific Empire League Championship. And Liam, I'm sure you and Benjamin have covered it, but it has been a while since a game this meaningful has been played in the Arcata Ballpark.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier on the broadcast. The last postseason game here at the Arcata Ballpark was in 2013.
Wow.
It's been a long time since the Crabs have played postseason baseball here at the Arcata Ballpark. I mean, from 2014 until 2024, 10 seasons, they were an independent team. Joined the Pacific Empire League last year. Unfortunately, didn't make the PEL championship, but of course, doing just good enough to get into this PEL championship series.
Blake Crawford back on the mound. He came on in relief of Cole Tremaine, the starter for the Prune Packers. It will be 8-9-1. Timmy Reed, Michael Perazzo, and Keenan Morris due up here in the home half of the 4th. And again, talked with Robin Guyver earlier, I believe it was last week, and he really credited the 7-8 spots in the lineup for their ability to get on base for those guys that you see the big stats for, Sewell and Enyard, to drive them in.
Yeah, Timmy Reed's a guy that you look at his batting average, and it's, hasn't been that great most of the season, but his on-base percentage has been really good. He's come through in clutch moments. He's hit a couple of really big home runs, one in Lincoln and then the opposite field onto the freeway here earlier.
First pitch shows bunt, called strike 1.
Earlier in the season, which I don't remember the last time I saw left-handed hitter hit one onto the freeway. So Timmy Reed's quietly been really good for the Crabs.
USF product, lefty on lefty matchup. The 0-1 is in there for a called strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes. Crabs on top, 4-0. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Crawford comes set, deals. Ooh, just off the plate. Oh, he rang him up.
Whoa.
That was, looked to be away. Trackman confirms it, and a tough strike 3 called Timmy Reed. Tosses the bat to Morris in the on-deck circle in a little bit of frustration. I would be too.
Yeah, there have been a few pretty tough calls by this home plate umpire off the plate outside.
So here's Michael Perazzo. Perazzo scored a run back in the 2nd. First pitch is in there, called strike 1. Perazzo, guy who's in there at short, obviously Elijah McNeil, drafted in the 20th round. And shortstop 0-1 is fouled straight back to the screen. No balls, 2 strikes. Crabs jumped on Cole Tremaine early, but Blake Crawford really has settled in here in relief for the Prune Packers. That one is slapped into left field, a short blooper coming in. Savateri, and he'll make the catch, 2 away. So lineup turns over, it'll be Keenan Morris. It's the bottom of the 4th, already the 3rd at bat for Morris. Leads the team in at bats on the year. This is his 40th game this season in a Crabs uniform, and the total continues to grow as this is 3rd and final season. Crabs uniform. First pitch to Morris, in on the hands, slaps it foul down the 3rd baseline.
Yeah, he's been so good offensively, and of course, sure-handed defensively. I know he's committed an error tonight, but I mean, just overall, he's made so many tough plays, look so easy over there at 3rd.
No balls, 1 strike, 2 away. The pitch off the plate for a ball. 1-1.
Might be the flashier guys like Cam Sewell or Adam Enyart that get considered for MVP, but I think Keenan Morris should definitely be part of that discussion.
He's just a staple. He's an everyday guy, somebody you can trust just to send out there and get the job done. The 1-1 takes a slider, called for a strike outside corner of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And should Morris get on deck, it's the hot Tyler Howard in the on-deck circle. He's got a home run and a double. 1-2 ran inside, brushing Morris off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Left-handed Crawford comes set and deals. Off the plate away, count runs full. Full count now for Morris. 92 miles an hour on the last fastball off the plate. We'll see if he challenges him again. The 3-2 right down the middle, struck him out swinging. And the side is retired. Crabs go in order, 1, 2, 3. On to the top of the 5th. Crabs on top, 4-0. You're listening to the Pacific Empire League Championship Series on ESPN 107.3. Cameron Sasso back out on the hill for his 5th inning of work, and the McKinleyville High product has done his job as asked here in game 1, Liam.
That's right. Can't ask for much better so far.
So we'll see who the Crabs end up throwing. I would assume they would push Miles Standish up a day from his normal Friday start and get him on Thursday, which would be a huge benefit down in Healdsburg.
Me and Benjamin were talking about that earlier. It will either be Thursday or maybe Robin will save him for a possible game 3 on Friday if the Crabs win tonight.
Right, I think it depends on game 1. First pitch is in on the hands, swung on and missed. A beautiful pitch there from Sasso, 84 miles an hour.
I think if the Crabs lose tonight, I think Standish will definitely be going Thursday.
I agree. It's the catcher, Hideki Prother. Grounded out back to Sasso. First at bat, second pitch is off the plate for a ball. Count evens 1-1. We've been saying it all season long, but another great turnout. I mean, nothing less to be expected from a championship series here at the Arcata Ballpark, but fans turning out of droves. Comes inside again, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, the Crabs organization and the social media team did a great job about getting the word out to everybody about the one and only PEL Championship Series game to be played here tonight. And the fans have showed up.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Prother. Sasso comes set and deals. Oh, ran it in and hit him. 2 pitches he ran inside. Prother swung at both of them and then tries to go even further inside and hits him.
Well, that sounded painful. That was 86 miles per hour right off the arm. You could hear the impact from up here.
Absolutely. And all the small bones in on the hands.
Yeah. Looks to be relatively okay at the moment.
So now it's DiGiorno. Third baseman for the Prune Packers.
Former Crab as well.
1 on, nobody out here, top of the 5th. Crabs on top, 4-0. The pitch from Sasso. Chopper to Morris at third. Mishandles it. Gonna have his only play to first. Oh, not in time. That'll be an error on Morris.
Well, this is very uncharacteristic of Keenan Morris to make 2 errors.
And that was close, too. It was a close play at first, a bang-bang play. I, for one, thought he was out, but first base umpire had a better perspective.
Yeah, I'd have to see the replay on that one. It was very close.
And for the record, his opinion is the only one that matters.
That's right.
So now we got 2 on, 2 out here. Prune Packers threatening top of the 5th. Sasso deals. Line drive into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And holding Prother at third. Oh, and that throw was way off target. Good thing he was not sent. So all of a sudden trouble here in the top of the 5th inning for the Crabs. Bases loaded with nobody out.
You know, this is the danger with this Prune Packer lineup. I mean, they can get it going really quick. Got a relentless lineup. It's really good from top to bottom.
So imagine Sasso is going to try to keep it low in the zone. A double play ball. You trade a run for 2 outs here in the 5th, up by 4. His 9-spot hitter, Jay Souza. The pitch. Skied into center field. Timmy Reed going to his right. It's going to be the left fielder. Pappas with the play. Pappas, the throw home is way off target. Sasso with the backup, and everybody's going to advance 90 feet on the sacrifice fly. Prother comes in to score. DiGiorno moves to third, and Campbell to second. You got to imagine a better throw by Pappas holds those 2 runners on base. Tried to go for glory and get the out at home.
Yeah, he might have been better served just trying to get that one into the infield to the cutoff man.
So runners at second and third now with 1 out. Crabs on top 4-1. First run for the Prune Packers here comes in the top of the 5th. Lineup turns over at Saviteri again. First pitch is in there for a called strike. Salvatore 1 for 2, singled in the first. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Sasso. In on the hand, slapped into left. Pappas coming in and bobbles and drops it. Another run comes in to score, and the Prune Packers now have cut the lead in half. It's 4-2.
Yep, they're not even hitting the ball hard and getting it done.
I believe we'll give Salvatore credit for a single there. And time called is pitching coach Eric Giacconi coming out to talk to Sasso. It's Martinez due up. Prune Packers with 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors, 4 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors for the Crabs, both committed surprisingly by Keenan Morris. As Giacconi retreats to the dugout. If anything, Morris is the type of guy where he has a couple of errors and then all of a sudden he's going to make a clutch play for him at the end of the game. So here's Martinez. Runners at first and third with 1 out. Sasso at the belt, delivers. Big swing and a miss. Took something off, low and away. Martinez was giddy and chased. Sasso at the belt. Delivers inside for a ball 1-1. Martinez 0 for 2 tonight. The 1-1 popped up right side of the infield. Foul territory. Medikoff going over and makes the catch for out number 2. Sasso trying to get out of the top of the 5th here with minimal damage. With 2 away, that brings up the first baseman, Logan Sutter. Prune Packers have already plated 2 here in the top of the 5th. Cut the lead in half. It's 4-2. Crabs on top. 2 away, first and third. Pitch is belted into left. Pappas going back and a play it off the wall if it lands, and it is off the wall. 1 run is in, 2nd run is in, and the throw comes to second. A bases clearing double for Logan Sutter, and we are tied. With 2 outs, no need for Salvatore to hold it first. Turned on the Jets, came in to score as that one was mere feet away from being a home run. Logan Sutter comes through. We got a brand new ball game. Pitch from Sasso is in there for a called strike to Cade Ladhoff. Crabs got a run in the first, 3 in the second, and 4 now in the top of the 5th has tied this game. The 0-1.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. Thank you.
Low for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away here, top of the 5th. Sutter, the runner at second for Healdsburg. Crabs fans counting the number of bat twirls from Ladhoff in the right-handed batter's box. The 1-1 is off the plate and away for a ball, 2-1. First real adversity Sasso has faced. A couple of base runners in the first, but only faced 9 batters. 2, 3, 4. As the 2-1 is on its way. It's a chopper to third. Morris charging. The throw to first is in time. However, not before Healdsburg plates 4, and we are tied. 4 runs apiece for the Crabs of the Prune Packers, Game 1 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series here on ESPN 107.3. Back here at the ballpark, bottom of the 5th, Crabs and Prune Packers are tied 4-4. It'll be 2-3-4 due up Howard, Sewell, and Enyart. For the Crabs looking to retake the lead. If you're just joining us, Game 1 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series here at the Arcata Ballpark. Game 2 will be played in Healdsburg Thursday night. Game 3, if necessary, in Healdsburg on Friday. We are tied 4-4. Crabs got a run in the first, 3 in the second. Healdsburg just answered back in the top of the 5th with 4 runs. So now here's Tyler Howard. Howard with a home run and a double so far. First time he's faced the left-hander, Blake Crawford. First pitch is high and away for a ball. 1-0. Howard with 3 of the 4 Crabs RBIs so far. As the 1-0 is in there, swung on and missed for a strike. 1-1. Cameron Sewell in the on-deck circle for the Crabs. Crawford on the mound comes set and deals off the plate away for a ball. 2-1. Four 4 the score. Pitch from Crawford is high. Count runs to 3-1. Crabs have gone down in order the last 2 innings. Base runner be more than welcomed. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Howard was batting .351 coming into tonight. Definitely bolstered that average. The 3-2 fouled straight back to the screen. So we'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here. Bottom of the 5th inning. A little bit of stretching going on out in the bullpen for both teams. Crawford deals. Inside for a ball, and he walked him. Leadoff base runner for the Crabs here in the bottom of the 5th. That's all you're asking for. 1 at bat at a time right now after the Crabs surrendered a 4-run lead in the top half of this inning. Here's Cam Sewell now. Sewell is walked twice. First pitch to Sewell, low and in for a ball, 1-0. Sewell had a home run in Sunday's game, went 380 to right center field. The 1-0. Foul tip straight back into the glove. Count evens at 1-1. Sewell, Sac State product. Stands in the 1-1. Low for a ball, 2-1. 90 miles an hour on the fastball there from Crawford. Healdsburg would like a double play ball, keeping it low. That one runs high and tight. 3 balls and 1 strike. Stool stands back in. Hitters count, 3 balls and a strike. The pitch. Fouled, straight back to the backstop. Count evens at 3-2. Second time Crawford has gone with a full count this inning.
Oh. Tsunami warning's been issued.
Pop-up foul down the left field line. Everybody in the crowd, heads turned straight down. Liam, you brought this up before the broadcast.
I did.
3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. The runner at first is Howard. Ran it inside to Walkton. Back-to-back walks to start the 5th here. And the Crabs have 2 on with nobody out and time called, as we're gonna have a meeting at the mound with Adam Enyard due up. So Prune Packers put a 4 spot up in the top half of the inning. The Crabs threatening now in the bottom of the 5th. They've got 2 on with nobody out after back-to-back walks by Blake Crawford. Crawford has been spectacular in relief for Healdsburg, but maybe running out of a little bit of gas. Hideki Crother, the catcher, finally retreats back behind home plate.
Well, I do want to note, I did check before the game started. The Arcata Ballpark is not in the tsunami hazard zone, so everybody here is safe.
Right on cue, fans starting the wave. How ironic. 2 on, nobody out. Here's Adam Enyard. First pitch, low and away. Ooh, called for a strike. That looked to be low. Crawford gets the benefit of the call. No balls, 1 strike. Crawford a glance to second and deals. Slapped, foul. Quickly 0-2 now to Enyard. Enyard's 0 for 2. Popped out to first and grounded out to short his first 2 plate appearances. Pitches, slap foul again, Enyard. A little defensive swing there. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here, bottom of the 5th. Howard, the runner at second. Sewell, the runner at first. And Sewell with decent speed as well. The 0-2. Low for a ball, 1-2. think that's the 14th or 15th pitch already of the inning for Crawford, and he's still has no outs. Both runners go. The pitch, the throw to second, not in time, and the double steal is successful. Ball was low as well, so the count evens 2-2 now to Enyart as Crabs have averted a double play opportunity. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count, nobody out. Now runners at second and third. Crabs going to try to get the job done with runners in scoring position, tied 4-4. The pitch. Slapped to shortstop, goes to third, and he missed it and airmailed it into the dugout. Howard is in to score. Sewell comes in, and he's out. Sewell is called out at home plate. The crowd and the Crabs are furious. Umpires are talking about the call now, and they will, I believe, stand. First run is good. If the second one went into the dugout, it should be out of play and the run should count. And the manager now for the Prune Packers out having a conversation with the first base umpire. I believe that went off of the screen at the Crabs dugout. If it goes out of play, both runners should get a base.
It's going to be an E6 no matter what.
So Enyart's going to reach first on the fielder's choice. He took second on the throw. Howard will come in to score. Enyart's credited with an RBI. And now the determination is Sewell. They're saying he's out. Crabs fans are livid. You'll remember Robin Guyver made a protest in the 5th inning of Sunday's game. The Crabs played the remainder of the game. They ran, ended up winning, I should say. And Guyver not happy, but he's going to accept the call and walk back. So the Crabs have retaken the lead. It is 5-4. However, Sewell is out at home for the first out of the inning. So, albeit the frustration as it may and understood, however, the Crabs take the go-ahead run. They have a runner at second with only 1 out. Not the worst situation in the world. However, obviously, it would be preferable to have nobody out and 2 runs in. So Enyart now the runner at second, 1 down, 1 run in. Here's Liam Forsyth. Forsyth has struck out twice. Pitch to Forsyth. Catches the bottom part of the zone for strike 1. And that just adds insult to injury for Crabs fans. That was in the zone, but they're already on edge. Sunday's game extracted a ton of emotion from this fan base, and we're back at it here again on Tuesday. No balls, 1 strike, the count, 1 away. Enyart, the runner at second. The pitch, low and in for a ball, 1-1. Still a little bit of activity, some stretching, no throwing yet in the Crabs bullpen. A right-hander up and throwing for the Prune Packers. Forsyth, a 300 hitter so far on the year. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. The pitch. Chopped up, foul, that's a little blooper, and it drops. Enyart rounding third, he's being waved home. The throw is held, and the Crabs get run number 6 regardless as Enyart comes in to score. Crabs 6, Healdsburg 4. And that's going to be all for Blake Crawford. Manager Joey Gomes out on the mound, and Crawford's night is done. He had a stellar outing in relief, faced some trouble here in the 5th. And the Crabs, the beneficiaries, they are able to plate 2 runs before Crawford's exit. A right-hander coming in from the pen. We're going to take a 60-second timeout. When we come back, it's the Crabs 6, the Prune Packers 4 here on ESPN 107.3. Back here at the Arcata Ballpark, new pitcher is number 31, a right-hander, Brandon Mann. And Bicoastal Media Studios will keep them tuned in on the tsunami update for Humboldt County. Tsunami issues will be on the Bicoastal Media Airwaves updates. We'll be following the game. We'll keep you posted if anything breaking comes up during the action. However, the issue at hand for the Crabs, they lead it 6-4 in game 1. The Pacific Empire League Championship Series. Liam has confirmed the Arcata Ballpark is not in a tsunami hazard zone, and we are safe to play on as of now.
We are safe here at the ballpark.
He's gonna have his binoculars aimed at the ocean. I kid. Here is Jacob Pappas, first pitch swinging at a pitch in the dirt. It's no balls, 1 strike.
If you are in the tsunami hazard zone, however, we do highly recommend that you get out as quickly as possible.
And National Weather Service putting out an extreme alert. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Pappas way out in front of that one.
And another thing to note is get out on foot. I know the last tsunami warning that was issued, everybody jumped in their cars and it caused a lot of issues. So if you can get out on foot, try to do so.
Quickly, it's no balls, 2 strikes to Pappas. 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Crabs have already played it 2. That one is inside, misses for a ball, 1-2. Just 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. This is the 3rd pitcher of the game for the Prune Packers, which realistically is what you could ask for. I mean, you want to see Healdsburg burn some arms, especially here in game 1. Obviously, you have a rest day tomorrow, but nonetheless, you want Healdsburg to start tapping into that bullpen as early as possible.
That's right, yeah. Obviously, game 1, you want to exhaust their really deep pitching reservoir as much as possible, because like we mentioned before, they're very deep on the pitching side.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count, 1 out, runner at first is Forsyth. The pitch. Slapped into right, and it's caught by Alex Leopard, charging in hard. A superb play.
That was a great play.
And averted the need for the slide, was able to catch that underhanded down at the shins coming in. Tip of the cap to Alex Leopard for out number 2. So now it's the first baseman, Tate Medikoff. With 2 away and a runner at first. Crabs on top, 6-4. Brandon Mann, the pitcher. Ooh, that one ran way inside. Brushed Medikoff off the plate. 3-man crew here in the booth alongside Liam Warner, the Professor Benjamin Schaefer, Mitchell Manji, bringing you exciting Crabs baseball. Championship Crabs baseball. On Bicoastal Media, the 1-0. Slapped into left, gave that one a ride. It's going to be off the wall. Forsyth is being held up at third. Medikoff into second with the double. The hit party continues for the Crabs. Second and third now with 2 outs. And realistically, if that's hit anywhere different off the wall, that scores. Liam Forsyth from first, a perfect carom, played excellently by Savateri. Off of one bounce, got that ball in very quickly. So with 2 outs now, here's Timmy Reed. Reed to face the right-hander in man. Pitch off the, called for a strike. That was outside. But a strike call nonetheless, 0-1. 6-4, the Crabs on top. They've out-hit Healdsburg 7-4. That one, man tries to go outside again, does not get the call. 1-1. Forsyth at third, Medikoff at second, 2 away. The pitch. Slap through the infield on the left side. Forsyth comes in to score. Medikoff rounding. Here's the throw. Cut off and not in time. 8-4 Crabs. So Healdsburg gets 4 in the top half of the inning. The Crabs swing right back. They've got a 4-piece of their own in the bottom half of this 5th inning. 2 RBI single from Timmy Reed in a spot where the Crabs needed it. And it's 8-4. Pitch to Perazo, swing and a miss. 0-1. Timmy Reed, the runner at first. Howard, Enyart, Forsyth, and Medikoff have all scored this inning for the Crabs. That pitch is fouled off towards the Crabs dugout. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Reed the runner at first. Pitch from man. Chopper on the right side of the infield, handled by Martinez. The throw to first is in time, and Perazo is retired, but not before the Crabs plate 4 of their own. They extend that lead back to 4 on top. 8-4 headed to the 6th inning here on ESPN 107.3. So the Crabs 8, the Prune Packers 4 here at the Arcata Ballpark. The Professor Benjamin Schaefer, Liam Warner, I'm Mitchell Monchi, bringing you Pacific Empire League Championship Baseball here on ESPN 107.3. Healdsburg trailed 4-0 going into the 5th. They played at 4 in the top half of the inning. The Crabs answered right back. They got 4 of their own in the bottom half of the 5th. Here's Cameron Sasso back out for inning number 6 of work on the mound. The McKinleyville High product working out of the stretch against Alex Leopard. First pitch, right down the middle, fouled straight back. 0-1. Leopard has flown out to center and struck out looking. His first 2 appearances. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Sasso. Fouled again, out of play down the left field line. 0-2. Couple of practice swings for Leopard and stands back in. The pitch. Tried to get him to chase off the plate, nothing there. The ball and 2 strikes now. Sasso has done exactly what the Crabs have asked of him. He's executed pitches. A little bit of trouble in the 5th, was able to get out, and he goes back out for another inning. The 1-2 right there, but misses. Just missed high and away for a ball, 2-2. Very good backdoor slider there. Potentially even a cutter from Sasso. Some side movement, but velocity. The 2-2 is in the dirt for a ball, and count runs full. Couldn't ask for much more through 5 innings for these Crabs. Healdsburg has taken 5 out of 6 from the Crabs in the regular season, and perhaps a little bit of vengeance being assessed here so far. Sasso working out of the stretch. The 3-2 slapped foul towards the Healdsburg dugout, and we'll do it again. And Sasso, for the most part, has kept his pitch count down. He hasn't gone deep in the count with a ton of guys. Able to extend himself. Not often you'll see. I mean, you really could say that 5 innings is the new complete game. That pitch is off the plate, and he walked him.
Well, what's the criteria for a quality game? I think it's like 6 innings and 3 or less runs given up.
Quality start is 7 innings pitched, 3 or less earned runs.
Yes. So that really is the new complete game.
You are right, Liam Warner. You are right. Liam and I will be doing College of the Redwoods football coming up here at the end of August.
Very excited.
Right here on ESPN 107.3 as Prother, the catcher, stands in and bloops one down the right field line. Foul territory giving chase. Sliding and coming up just short is Tyler Howard. That's a regular season game. I'm assuming Howard just takes a jog and watches that one fall. He gave maximum effort trying to chase that one down toward the visitors' bullpen.
If there's anybody who could run that down, it's definitely Tyler Howard.
So no balls and a strike, nobody out. Leopard the runner at first. The 0-1 from Sasso. The chopper to short. Perazo falls down and boots it. Leopard rounds second, and he heads to third. And an error on Perazo. So unfortunately, Perazo unable to make that difficult play, gets charged with yet another error. And now the Prune Packers with the runners at first and third with nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Sasso facing trouble again. Right-hander is throwing in the Crabs' pen. First pitch to the line drive into left. A single for DiGiorno is going to score Leopard. And just like that, Healdsburg answers back. They cut it to a 3-run deficit. It's 8-5 Crabs.
Yeah, shout out to Torkin Beans from Sammy and May. Beans, the magical fruit. The more you play, the harder we root. Love you, Beans.
So now it'll be Campbell. Shortstop is 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out to right.
By the way, I do have another update on the tsunami warning. The first waves are not supposed to arrive until 11:55 p.m., so well after, hopefully, this game is over. And then the tsunami is supposed to be only about 2 feet. So could be much worse, but I would advise if you are listening to the Crabs game at the beach, I would move away.
Good advice, as always, from Liam Warner. Now Campbell with 2 on and nobody out. First pitch is a chopper foul towards the Crabs dugout.
And that's according to the Lost Coast Outpost.
Yeah, North Coast Weather Service is all over it as well. Eureka Station puts out timely alerts, all things weather. And again, Bicoastal Media will keep you posted on the tsunami alerts after the game as well. The 0-1 is in the dirt, scooped up by Forsyth. Ball on a strike. Bottom of the order for the Prune Packers. The 8 spot hitter Campbell, Souza, the 9 spot due up, and then the lineup turns over. So with 2 on and nobody out, really like to avoid getting to the leadoff man. The 1-1 is popped up on the infield. In comes the first baseman. Medikoff makes the catch in foul territory for the first out. So here's Jay Souza now, the 9-hole hitter with 1 away. Still runners at first and second. Ground ball up the middle would be, to either of the middle infielders, would be great for the Crabs here. The first pitch, swung on and missed. A beautiful pitch from Sasso. He took something off there. And way out in front was Souza for strike 1. Short lead at first for DiGiorno. Same for Leopard at second. That one's cranked into right. Going back, Howard looking up, and it is gone. So Healdsburg gets 4. The Crabs answered with 4 back, and with that 3-run blast to right, we're all square yet again at 8. What does Benjamin say? No me gusta.
That's right.
No me gusta. And here comes Robin Guyver, and that might be it for Cameron Sasso. Yes, it is. Guyver and the Crabs are going to the pen. Sasso with a very good start gives up a 3-run blast there to tie the game at 8. We'll take a 60-second timeout. We come back, a new pitcher in for the Crabs. You're listening to Pacific Empire League Championship Baseball here on ESPN 107.3. Back in the ballpark, we have an 8-8 tie. One swing from Jay Souza has tied this ball game at 8 apiece. Just joining us, this is game 1 of the Pacific Empire Championship League. Pacific Empire League Championship game, I should say. Crabs struck first. They got a solo shot from Tyler Howard. in inning number 1 and 3 runs in the second. They led it 4-0 for a while. Healdsburg answered back in the top of the 5th. They plated 4 of their own to tie this game at 4 apiece. Crabs, bottom of the 5th. The bats heated up again. They plated 4 more to extend their lead, and just like that, Healdsburg has answered back. That is where we stand tied at 8-8. There is 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Nobody on, 1 out. New pitcher is number 25, Brody Jacobs, the right-hander from Central Arizona. He pitched Sunday, so Brody tossing on 1-day rest. First pitch is high for a ball to the leadoff man, Antonelli Savateri. Second one runs inside for a ball, 2-0.
Jacob, so far on the season, this is his 13th appearance. 20 2/3 innings pitched. In those 20 2/3, he has given up 14 runs. Only 10 of those are earned. Walked 14, struck out 31. He comes in with a 2-0 record with 2 saves and a 3.14 ERA.
The pitch is fouled, backing out of play. So Sasso goes 5 and change. Gives up 8 runs. Only 4 of them were earned. But they all count the same as we're tied at 8-8. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch from Jacobs popped up left side and out of play. So 2-2 now the count with 1 away here, top of the 5th. Game 1 of this series, that much more important, being that Crabs are going to have to go on the road for games 2 and potentially games 3 if necessary. 2-2 off the plate for a ball. Count runs full. Brody Jacobs working out of the stretch. A long look in, now comes set. The 3-2. Popped up on the left side again. Keenan Morris giving chase. That will land. Foul territory. That actually went off the top rail of the fence protecting the fans in left field. My official statistical analysis of the odds of that happening, very low. Very official. We're going to do the 3-2 again as Jacobs deals. Popped up this time in play on the infield. Perazzo headed out into shallow center and makes the catch for out number 2. So here's Maximo Martinez now. Martinez is 0 for 3, reached base on a fielder's choice in the first, flew out to center in the third. Popped out in foul territory to Medikoff at first, back in the 5th. First pitch is high for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes, 2 away here in the top of the 6th. Pitch from Jacobs is fouled back behind us, 1-1. Crabs have had a 4-run lead at 2 different points in this game and have given it back both times. Healdsburg's played at 4 in this half inning. Well, the Crabs have not had a chance to answer yet, I will say that, as that pitch is in there. Called strike 2, right over the heart of the plate. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jacobs deals. Took something off on the inside part of the plate, delayed. Called strike 3 for the 3rd out, but not before Healdsburg gets 4. We're back to being tied. 8-8 is your score here on ESPN 107.3. Bottom of the 6th inning, Crabs and Prune Packers tied 8-8 here, game 1 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series. Professor Benjamin Schaefer, Liam Warner, myself, Mitchell Maggi. Bringing you all the action here from the Arcata Ballpark. Again, for those of you in the Humboldt County, greater Humboldt County area, a tsunami warning has been issued after an earthquake off the coast of Japan. So advising all those in low-lying areas to leave on foot to higher ground. First waves are expected to be about 2 feet per North Coast Weather Service. Higher in Crescent City, but again, just err on the safe side whenever possible. So here's the leadoff man, Keenan Morris. First pitch is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Again, this is the 3rd pitcher of the game for Healdsburg. This is Brandon Mann. Mann pitches collegiately at the University of Michigan. Off the plate, 2-0. Morris yet to get a hit so far tonight. He's due as he takes that one low for a ball, 3-0. Keenan Morris started over 3 on Sunday and then rallied with a couple of hits late. Put the Crabs ahead when it mattered most. And although the Crabs' defense has been lacking and really they've let Healdsburg back into the game, as a 3-0 just catches the outside. That was not a strike. That ball was off the plate. I don't know how you get that benefit of that call, 3-0.
Well, there have been several calls by this home plate umpire.
But 3-0?
Same area, yeah.
Put my fandom aside for a second. The 3-1 swung on and missed, but that could be a call that looms large, depending on the outcome. This is bat by Morris. He should be standing at first base right now.
Yeah, it's not even in the buffer zone, around the strike zone. I mean, that was well outside. Has it been 4 other pitches around that same area?
The 3-2. All right, there's the walk. That one even further off the plate. Man doing a great job exacerbating what he was trying to do, which was to walk Morris, I believe. So here's Tyler Howard. He hasn't done much this game, Liam, has he? Oh, that's right. He's got a double, a home run, a walk, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBIs.
He really struggles against these Prune Packers, doesn't he?
And the man with the plan is a good lead for Morris at first. That ball's in on the hands. 1-0. 92 miles an hour from Mann. Crabs this entire series, the question is going to be defensively, can you keep the mistakes to a minimum, and can the bottom of the lineup get some hits? As that one's belted into right, that's going to get down for a single. Morris is going to round second. No, he'll stay there. Base hit, and Crabs have 2 on with nobody out. Second inning in a row. That'll be the left-handed hitting second baseman, Cameron Sewell. Sewell is officially 0 for 0. 3 walks tonight. Excuse me, 0 for 1. A missed score by myself as that ball is off the plate for a ball. I will just say, good thing I'm not the official scorekeeper.
Yeah, lucky me.
So I take a point streak is still down.
I think it's back up now, but
off the plate for a ball, 2-0.
Gonna have to enter the game later.
Yeah, so for those of you trying to follow the live stats online, point streak, it was down at the start of the game, and it's, I will say, I think inefficient is the correct word to try to re-enter it.
It will get caught up, just not during the game.
The 2-0, low and away for a ball, 3-0. Sewell most likely taking here 3-0. That one catches the outside part of the plate. 3 balls and a strike. Nobody out, 2 on. Morris standing at second, Howard at first. 3-1 from Mann. Swung on and missed. Sewell took a big swing at that 91-mile-an-hour fastball, came up empty. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitches off the plate and he walked him. So bases are F-O-C. Full of crustaceans. And timeout called by the Prune Packers as they will have a conversation at the mound.
They're going to have a pitching change.
And it will indeed be a pitching change. So that's it for Brandon Mann. He leaves with the bases loaded and nobody out. We'll take 60 seconds and send it back to the station here on ESPN 107.3. So new pitcher here on the mound for Healdsburg Prune Packers. It's going to be a right-hander. Liam, who do we got on the mound?
It's number 25.
Research department's on it. It's Tanner Bradley. Tanner Bradley, a 6'2" right-hander out of Cotati, California. He went to the inferior school in the state of Oregon, the Oregon Ducks. For those of you who don't know, I am an Oregon State graduate. I am biased. I will disclaim that.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So Tanner Bradley, the 4th pitcher of the 9-4 Healdsburg. And again, being that I am an honest man, Liam, the Oregon Ducks did have a very good baseball season this year. They did beat the Beavers in the regular season, however. They did not have as far of a run in the postseason.
Not as good as your Beavers, I would say. They did pretty good in the College World Series.
Regular season, the Ducks were better. I will admit that. Bases are loaded for the cleanup hitter, Adam Enyart. A tight spot for Bradley to come in relief. Nobody out. Morris at third, Howard at second, Sewell at first. Bradley comes set on the mound. The ballpark quiets. First pitch is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Enyart's 0 for 3. He has a fielder's choice and an RBI in this 5th. Bradley sets, deals. The 1-0 is fouled off the screen. 1-1. Liam Forsyth retrieved that ball from the on-deck circle. Righty on righty. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Pitch is foul. Back and out of play. 81 miles an hour down and in. Enyart little speed walk out of the batter's box. I think he really did like that pitch. 8-8 your score. Crabs and Prune Packers tied in Game 1 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series. Bradley sets, deals. The 1-2 is a chopper to third, foul. The words of the great Hoke Holcomb, we will rewind the tape and do it again. Not really relevant anymore with streaming. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Again, nobody out, and the bases loaded for the Crabs here in the bottom of the 6th, tied at 8. A long look in for Bradley. Now he comes set. The pitch, taken in the dirt, low and away. Count evens, 2-2.
That was a really good take by Enyard. He was tempted.
Enyard able to lay off of that one. Even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Morris takes his lead at first. It's third. Howard edges off second. Sewell the runner at first. Bradley sets the 2-2. Chased off the plate, swing and a miss, and Enyard goes down on a strikeout for the first out of the inning. And I will say, Liam, I'm a bit surprised Healdsburg did not bring the infield in with the bases loaded, nobody out.
Yeah.
That's called confidence in your batters.
I was just going to say, they're very confident in their lineup, as they should be.
So with 1 away now, it's Liam Forsyth. Liam Forsyth, Liam Warner, no relation.
It's kind of confusing having 2 Liams in the organization, though, sometimes.
First pitch, ran inside. Did it hit him? Yes, it did. Liam Forsyth with an RBI off of his left thigh, and the home plate umpire is down in pain.
Yeah, that's not good to see. I didn't see where it got him.
I didn't either. So home plate umpire took a shot off of that. It hit Forsyth first. And to be quite frank, I didn't see what had happened with the home plate umpire, but I looked down and he's brushing off his knees, and appears that he's going to stay in the game, I would hope, but
yeah, I don't know if it hit him on the ricochet or what happened. And that's home plate umpire Trent Jensen.
So everybody moves up 90 feet. Morris comes in to score, Howard to third, Sewell to second, and Forsyth takes first on the hit by pitch. Crabs are now in front, 9-8, as trainer Nate Keys and other umpires are over to talk with. Who is our home plate umpire today, Liam?
Trent Jensen.
Trent Jensen.
Nate Keys, best in the business. We'll also see him in the fall doing College of the Redwoods football.
Who's ready for a pool party?
So still taking a moment to chat with the umpires, and looks like he'll stay in this one, and a round of applause from the Crabs faithful.
Good to see.
Trent will take a moment to dust off the plate, and as he has done for so many others buying time for them, he will buy some time for himself, as he should.
Batting after the Crabs, number 35, Jacob Pappas.
Somewhat worrisome for the Crabs with their 9th run, but they do end up taking the lead. They are in front 9-8. Bottom of the 6th inning. There is still only 1 out, and the bases remain juiced. Bradley sets, deals. Big swing from Pappas on a pitch in the dirt. Jacob Pappas is 2 for 3. He's singled, doubled off the wall, and has scored both of those times. Here's the 0-1. breaking ball chased it again in the dirt. 0-2 now to Pappas. One out here at the bottom of the 6th. Bases are loaded for the Crabs. 1 run is in to score so far in this half inning. A long look in for Bradley. Now he finally comes set. The 0-2. Try to get him to chase again. Pappas laid off this time. A ball and 2 strikes. Again, just 1 out here. Bases loaded for the Crabs. Up by a run, trying to extend their lead after the Healdsburg has tied it up twice in the last 2 times they've been to the plate. Pappas takes that one away for a ball, 2-2. Crabs led 4-0 heading into the 5th. Healdsburg tied it at 4 in the top half of the inning. Crabs got 4 back in the bottom. Healdsburg answered with 4 more in the top of the 6th. Crabs have pushed 1 across here in the bottom of the 6th. We stand 9-8. The 2-2 is a chopper down to third. The throw home for 1, and that's all they're going to get. But Healdsburg does keep a run off the board. Sewell advances to third. Forsyth takes second, and Pappas now standing at first with 2 away. Here's Tate Medikoff. Medikoff, 2 for 3 with a double off the wall. I gave that credit to Pappas. It was Medikoff as he takes the first pitch in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. 9 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for the Crabs. 8 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Prune Packers. Tanner Bradley, the 4th pitcher of the game for Healdsburg, delivers the 1-0. Rolling away for a ball, 2-0. All 3 runners take their leads, modest leads. Nobody being held on. The 2-0 right there, a chopper to short. Fielded by Campbell. He takes it to second himself for out number 3. The Crabs push 1 across to give them a 9-8 advantage. However, they lead the bases loaded on to the 7th. Score is the Crabs 9, Prune Packers 8. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, ESPN 107.3. Back here at the Arcata Ballpark, it is the Crabs on top of Healdsburg Prune Packers 9-8. We are on to the home stretch, and here to take you the rest of the way, the one, the only, the Professor, Benjamin Schaefer.
Thank you, Mitchell. A wild ball game here at the Arcata Ballpark in the first game of the Pacific Empire League Championship. Both teams fighting hard for this first game. The Crabs leading 9-8. 9 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for the Crabs. 8 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Prune Packers. Sutter to lead it off for the Prune Packers here in the top of the 7th. He's 1 for 3 with a double. Brody Jacobs on the mound for the Crabs. Here's the pitch. And it's just high, 1-0.
We'll hope the last 2 innings don't repeat themselves and that the Packers were able to answer back.
Well, Crab's defense has let them down a little bit in this game. Here's the 1-0, and it misses high, 2-0. A couple of errors. Only 4 of the Prune Packers runs are earned.
Well, a little
by my
surprising.
calculation.
Yeah, a little surprising to see Brody Jacobs back out here as well after throwing on Sunday.
Yes, you're right. It is a little surprising. 2-0, misses high, 3-0. I suppose Robin's trying to save pitchers in case they do have to go 3 games. So 3-0 now to Sutter. And the pitch. And he walks him on 4 pitches. No, that's called a strike at the knees, and it was right at the knees. So 3-1 now the count. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. A good slider away, and it's 3-2. Three-two, and he rides high with a fastball, and it's a leadoff walk for Sutter. Crabs cannot afford to put runners on base because when they do, the Prune Packers strike. They got a huge home run from Souza in the bottom of the 6th to tie the game. And that has been kind of the story of these 2 teams all season long. Prune Packers capitalizing on Crab's mistakes. Here's the pitch. Fastball high and inside, 1-0. Ludahoff is 0 for 3 tonight. He looks at first, he gets the sign. Short lead over there. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-1. Swung on and missed. That was the slider. Had him out in front. 1-2 now to Ludahoff. Leopard on deck. 9-8 Crabs. Top of the 7th inning. And that one's fouled up against the screen. 1-2. One, two, outside, and count goes even. Throw to first. Not a pickoff move, really just a keep him close move. Two and two is the count. Here comes the pitch. Popped in the air, foul territory, and it's going to drift out of play. So we'll do it again with a count 2-2. Sutter over at first and nobody out. He represents the tying run. And the 2-2 to Ludahoff. And he fouls out. No. That got Liam Forsythe right in the face. And he is down. And he's conscious, but he's down. And he's standing up now. That looked awful and sounded awful, and he went right down immediately. But he's standing up now. And now he's taking a little walk behind home plate, shaking his head. And I guess he's going to stay in the game. Thankfully, he's okay. Man, that was a very scary moment. That was not good. But he's okay. He's going to take some warm-up catches. That foul ball just hit him right smack in the face. I mean, of course, he's wearing a helmet, but nevertheless. And he's all right. Everybody's glad to see that. Well, he's going to stand there for now. We'll see. 2-2 the count to Ludhoff. Here's the pitch. Grounded out to short. Perazo has it. He steps on the bag. He throws to first. And it's a 6-4 double play. Just what the doctor ordered.
Next up, number 5, Alex Leopard.
And with 2 outs, here's Leopard. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. The pitch. Inside. One 0. Low and outside. 2-0. The 2-0. Strike on the outside corner. Good pitch. Fastball right on the black. 2-1. Is a strike on the inside corner. Great fastball right on the black, underneath the elbows. 2-2. 2 outs. Two strikes. Two in the dirt.
You're going to throw a challenge pitch. This is where you want it, in on the hands. And try to jam him if possible.
Hello? Oh, there you are. I heard this disembodied voice start to speak in my headphones.
I connected via Bluetooth. I'm actually out in left field.
3-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Popped in the air on the left side, foul territory. Forsythe rushing over, and it's going to fall into the Crabs' dugout. Well, somebody caught it on a bounce over there, but that doesn't count.
I said, what are the odds that it lands on the top of the fence again after left field?
Yeah.
Well, I guess my statistical modeling is flawed.
Well,
it's been twice in one game.
You know, quantum physics tells us that everything happens at least once in an infinite universe. Maybe it doesn't tell us that, but anyway, something like that.
You're the professor. I'm just a mere mortal.
3-2 the count. And the pitch. Ball 4. So second walk of the inning issued by Jacobs. And with 2 outs and Leopard at first, here's Prather. He is 0 for 2 with a run scored.
You'd have to imagine this is going to be it for Jacobs, especially after pitching on Sunday.
I think so too, yeah.
They're going to give him through the 7th and try to get whoever's, can't tell who's warming up in the bullpen, to give them 2 to finish.
And it's a fastball away, 1-0. Yeah, I'm not sure who is in the bullpen. Whoever it is just beginning to warm up, though.
Yeah, probably posing for the 8th.
And now a toss over to first. One and 0. The pitch. Lined into right center field. That is going to be trouble. Nope, it's going to be caught by Howard. A long run. I didn't think he had a chance at it, but he actually made it look easy, and that ends the inning. No runs, there were no hits, there were no errors. There was a runner left at the end of 6 1/2. It's 9-8 in favor of the Crabs. We're going to stay here because it's time now for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, the 7th inning stretch with the world famous Crabgrass Band. Ball in my mitt right there. You can use that. Yeah, that glove. There's a ball in there. You can use that ball if you want. Okay. I don't have a Sharpie, but I bet we could find one. We are back. 7th inning stretch and a tense ball game. Oh boy. Crabs leading 9-8 in the bottom of the 7th. Crabs led 4-0. The Prune Packers came right back with 4 runs. The Crabs went ahead 8-4. The Prune Packers came right back with 4 runs. And now the Crabs have scored another run to make it 9-8. In the bottom of the 7th, they'll send Reed, Peraza, and Morris to the bat against Tanner Bradley, who's out for his 2nd inning of work.
Tense, you said?
Yes.
Just a little bit.
All right, here's Timmy Reed. He's 1 for 3.
Adam Enyart warming up in the pen for the Crabs.
Bradley sets. Here's the pitch, and it's down low. Crabs really need to win this first game because they have to go back to Healdsburg for the next 2. There's a fastball, if necessary, a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. Although they did beat Healdsburg on the road this season in one game, so the 1-1. In the air to left field. Savateri is there, 1 away.
Last call for alcohol fans. Last call. Man, right on. Good job. Batting next to 13, Michael Peraza.
Here's Peraza, 1 for 3. And there's a fastball inside. The 1-0 in the dirt. 2-0 to Peraza. Peraza is 1 for 3 tonight.
Does line up well for the Crabs, having the top of the lineup potentially, or heart of the lineup in the 8th and 9th.
The 2-0 does. There's a strike on the outside corner. Fans didn't like it, but it was a strike. That was right on the
Coin
edge.
toss.
Yeah. It's not an unreasonable strike.
There we go.
The 2-1 slap foul, 2-2.
That foul ball brought to you by the Fireplace on F Street.
And there have been some unreasonable calls tonight. That play at home plate.
Let them know how you really feel,
Crab's
Benjamin.
runner was thrown out, was an egregious mistake. 2-2. And did that hit him? No, but it was inside. 3-2. Well, I figure there's no reason to hold back now. I've been doing it all season, and I've had enough.
Put your foot down. Let them know.
3-2.
I keep saying it, Benjamin. We're going to have you be the umpire for an alumni game or something. Got to get you in the blues.
Yeah, I don't know. 3-2. Misses inside, ball 4. I worry that putting on the uniform will affect my cognitive abilities in some way. Peraza takes the walk.
Lest we forget you are a man of science.
Here's Morris. 0 for 3.
And a distinguished one at that.
So 1 out, Peraza at first.
Who studies astrology?
No.
Had to throw that one in for you.
Here's pitch. Grounder out to second base. He throws the second for the force there. Back to first, just in time to get Morris, and that ends the inning. And the Crabs, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left at the end of 7. They lead 9-8. This is exciting Crabs baseball postseason. 107.3 FM. We are back, top of the 8th inning. The bottom of the order for the Prune Packers, DiGiorno, Campbell, and Souza, with the Crabs leading 9-8.
Adam Enyard on the mound. He was scheduled to pitch on Sunday, and then he got ejected after the bat flip on the home run. So we see him here tonight.
Yeah, now I was going to ask you about this. Maybe you know this. What is the reason why someone can't bring like the gold chain out onto the field or whatever? What's the reason for that rule?
My understanding is that it's a collegiate rule.
Yeah.
That you can't bring foreign objects, celebratory objects, whatever it may be, onto the field during that. And I don't know whether or not the Pacific Empire League takes that from the NCAA, or if they have that as their own rule book, or if they just default on rules to what the NCAA says. I mean, but
I'm just wondering what's the rationale behind the rule in the first place?
That I do not know.
Yeah.
But I do know that it's a NCAA rule that they pulled into this. There's a lot of questions, Benjamin. I don't know if you've been following the news surrounding the NCAA.
Not really, no. No. Are there a lot of questions about the rules?
Oh, just about the NCAA in general.
Oh, I didn't know any of this.
Yes.
No.
They've gone to the Supreme Court more than once.
Oh, okay. Yes, no, I'm unaware of all this. So here's DiGiorno to lead it off. He's 1 for 3.
When you can't fall asleep at night, next time just look up some NCAA rulings.
Jacobs.
Put you out.
Is this still Jacobs? No.
No, this is Enyard. That's what we were just going over. Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I was texting someone on the tsunami warning.
Baseball tsunami.
Yeah. So here's Enyart, 1-0 to DiGiorno, and the next pitch is check swing. Did he go around? And they appeal to first, and he says he did. 1-1. Enyart sets. The 1-1. Fouled up against the screen, 1-2.
Enyart's got the velocity on the mound. He's reaching back and throwing 91 miles an hour.
When he's on, he is really good.
And allegedly, he was supposed to be playing for the Prune Packers. However, he opted
I heard him
to
say
play,
that when he was up in the booth a couple days
He opted
ago.
to play for the Crabs because he figured why not get one last season to get a chance to hit, get some at-bats.
The 1-2 is hit in the air to center field. Reed goes back a couple of steps, and he's got it for out number 1. Here's Campbell. He's 1 for 3.
Next to the 2, Pete Campbell.
And he fouls one out of play. 0-1. The 0-1 breaking pitch tap back towards the mound. Enyart has it. He tosses to Medikoff, and there are 2 away. Here's Jace Souza, who had the nerve to hit a home run in the 6th inning. 3-run shot.
Who would do that?
Takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. That's the thing about this Healdsburg lineup. Pretty much anybody in that lineup is capable of putting one out.
The nerve of these guys.
I know. They're trying to win. The 0-1. There's a strike at the knees, 0-2. Great pitch.
93 on the gun, Adam Enyard.
Wow.
Reach back a little bit, will ya? Popping some cheddar.
Wow, that's harder than I've seen him throw all season. That was, he blew that in there. 0-2. The pitch. Sails outside, 1-2. Tried to take something off. The 1-2. Called strike 3, happy trails at the knees. Inning over. Now the batter didn't like the call, but if you look at the track, man, it's almost right down the middle. And that ends the inning as Enyart sets the Prune Packers down in order in the top of the 8th. Crabs lead at 9-8. This is exciting postseason Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. All right, we are back. Bottom of the 8th inning. Howard, Sewell, and Enyart for the Crabs. The heart of the order against Tanner Bradley. Out for his 3rd inning of work. Howard has had a great night again. A home run, a double, a single, and a walk. And this is the 2nd time he has really given it to the Prune Packers while they were here in town.
Well, you'd like to get your insurance runs now in the 8th, where you got the heart of the lineup coming up as opposed to delaying the matter, and could get into that second half of the lineup. I mean, these guys have been the ones hitting for the Crabs.
That's right, yeah. Howard takes a, was that a strike?
Yes, sir, right down the middle.
On the outside, right down the middle, 0-1. Bradley sets at the belt, and the pitch. Breaking pitch, tap foul. That was a good slider. And he fooled Howard on it. So quickly he's ahead of Howard 0-2. Well, we certainly don't want to have to come back in the bottom of the 9th to win it. Put it away here. The 0-2. Outside and low, 1-2. Oh, 2-2 is the count. 2-2. The pitch. Grounded to short. He backhands, he bobbles, he throws, not in time. Error on Cade Campbell.
And Campbell's going to get credit for the error, but that's still a tough play going backhand off the short hop. I mean, yes, he should, in theory, make that play. It goes off the glove, but nonetheless, I mean, that is not an easy play to field whatsoever. And that's the difference, really, when you look at the errors, that the scorebook doesn't really tell the full story, where you get those ones that are off a tough hop, they go off your glove, maybe it's a play you should have made, versus the ones where it's completely booted in a routine play.
Yeah,
so
there's a difference between those two, and unfortunately, the error is not a fine-grained enough concept to distinguish them.
You got to give Campbell a ton of credit. I mean, he's been playing very well at short all night.
Fastball outside, 1-0.
But we will take it. No complaints.
Yeah,
no complaints.
Yeah, no complaints. But you're right. That's not the kind of error where it's as obvious as something where, he just drops the ball or something. The 1-0. Grounded wide of first, foul. Fielded by Sutter, but
it was a nice glove too in foul territory.
Catch,
snagged it. Tell you what, Benjamin, this is the first time I was out of town when the Prune Packers came to town earlier in July, and these guys are the real deal. I mean, they've got, they've as advertised, and I'll tell you what, the Crabs have stepped up and really matched the challenge here tonight.
You know, the Crabs have never really been out of a game against these guys. That's the thing. The Crabs have had chances to win all these games.
Yeah,
no wrong. The 1-1, the runner's going. The throw down to second is not in time. The pitch was a ball. So Howard at second now with the stolen base. 2-1 the count to Sewell. Sewell has walked 3 times tonight and hit into a fielder's choice.
13th steal of the year for Howard. Puts him alone in 3rd place on the team.
2-1 the count. Howard out of second, Enyart on deck. Bradley sets, looks out at second, and deals. Line at the second baseman. He tosses back to second, and everybody's going to be safe. Boy, that was a poor choice on the part of Maxico Martinez. Instead of throwing the runner out at first, he thought he had Howard hung up because Howard had taken off, but he got back in time, and the throw was not in time to get him, and everybody ends up safe. That's going to be an error on Martinez.
Well, Howard thought that ball could have been caught because it was a low liner. It really just short hopped to Martinez at second, and he really hesitated trying to go to first, decided to go back and get Howard, and He might have had him had he not thrown it away.
Yeah, he might have had him, yeah. But
what a turn of events there.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
a routine out.
Yeah. I mean, if you're
in
seems to me like you go for the out, you know you're going to get.
And if you're in Healdsburg shoes, I mean, on paper you should have 2 outs.
That's absolutely right. Yeah. 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 I was shocked to see him throw to second.
Yeah, so fielder's choice and an error, and wow. Crabs are all of a sudden in business.
So here's Enyart. He's 1 for 4. Runners on first and second for the Crabs.
Enyart's due. He's had some good swings. He's also chased some pitches. Time to just settle in, and this is a hitter's opportunity right here. Make Bradley pitch to you.
And make him throw strikes. And the first pitch is a fastball inside, 1-0.
Now you could take a strike and really just wait for your pitch.
That's right.
Nobody out, 2 on. I mean, really nowhere to put Enyart, especially with Forsythe, who's been hitting the ball, seeing the ball well.
1-0. Strike on the outside corner, knee high, 1-1. That was a good pitch.
Yeah, that ball had some tail to it. Almost looked like to the naked eye it'd be outside, but very well executed by Bradley on the mound.
The 1-1. Breaking pitch misses inside.
And I always find it very interesting. I mean, I was never a pitcher at any sort of level. But to see Bradley, when he's delivering to home, still have an eye on second, he's almost in his motion coming towards the plate when he snaps his head around. And I would have to imagine that would affect,
yeah,
you know, the delivery in some aspect.
Yeah. Yeah, it would seem like it would affect your control for sure. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And he grounds it back to the pitcher. He bobbles. He's going to have to go to first. He was going to go to third. Thought better of it and went to first instead. Enyart is retired, but everybody moves up 90 feet.
Well, and a heady play by Bradley to just save the out. Don't try and chase what's already gone and take what's in front of you.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that was the wise choice. So Howard at third, Sewell at second now, and here's Forsythe. He's 1 for 3. Crabs leading 9-8, but that does not feel like a secure lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. They got burned last weekend in the 9th.
And it's going to be Enyart's game. I mean, nobody warming up there.
That's right.
They were going to let him have the final 2 innings on Sunday, and he's going to get the final 2 here tonight.
Infield is in on the grass. Here's the pitch to Forsythe, and he fouls it up against the screen. Just missed it.
It was 89 in on the hands. This is a tough pitch to get around on.
0-1. In the 9th, Healdsburg will have their 1 through 3 hitters scheduled to bat. The 0-1. Sails outside, 1-1. Runners take their lead. 1-1 is the count. Bradley at the belt. He kicks and deals. Fastball low and outside. 2-1. Pappas on deck, and he has a couple of doubles in tonight's game. So even though first base is open, I suspect Bradley does not want to walk Forsythe. Probably rather pitch to him. The 2-1. Swung on a miss, took something off. Got him to chase it, 2-2.
That's a perfect pitch right there. You take a slider over the heart of the plate, just as long as you get that downward movement on it.
Yep.
Exactly.
It just dropped right off the table. 2-2 the count to Forsythe.
You couldn't draw it up any better there if you're Bradley.
2-2. Got him. Pitch in the dirt, Brett, and Forsyth went for it. So that's the third time he struck out tonight. 2 away. And here's Pappas. He has a couple of doubles in 4 trips. So Crabs got the first 2 runners on. Let's hope they don't squander this opportunity for some insurance. Some much needed insurance, I would say, in the bottom of the 8th inning here. And Pappas takes a strike at the knees.
When you know Pappas has the pop off the bat, you just got to,
Yeah.
you don't even need it. You just
No.
need a hard hit ball
That's
somewhere,
right.
somewhere where a Prune Packer player is
Right,
not.
just punch it through the infield, man. Easier said than done, though, huh? The 0-1, and he taps that one foul.
Yeah, isn't it nice and easy for us to sit up here?
Yeah, man, just hit one through
resting,
hit one through the hole on the right side there,
yeah,
dude.
all you got to
What's the
do is
problem?
just hit it through the middle.
Yeah.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, just
Nothing to it.
look at that big hole on the right side over there.
It's not like there's high stakes on the line.
0-2. Just keep your eye on the ball, son.
Well said.
Here's the pitch. And it gets away. Here comes Howard. He will score. And the Crabs lead it 10-8. Sewell to third.
And that's I'd say the most important part of it is Howard comes in to score, but now you still have Sewell at third, so a base hit will
That's
bring
right.
one more in.
That's right.
And every ounce of insurance the Crabs could get would be important.
And there's a pitch that misses low. And the count goes full. Is it full or 2-2? The pitch. Swung on and it hit him. And he's out. That pitch was so far inside that it hit him after he swung at it.
I mean,
and
and this is what Robin's going to ask, is there any chance that that hit the bat?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it just hit him and he missed it.
Robin clarified it. He answered my question.
So that ends the inning, but the Crabs get a run on no hits. There were 2 huge errors, and at the end of 8, they lead 10-8. Stay tuned, it's not over yet. Healdsburg still has 3 more outs. This is exciting. Championship Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM. We are back. All right, here we go. Top of the 9th inning. Adam Enyart will face Salvatore, Martinez, and Sutter, the 1-2-3 hitters for the Prune Packers, with the Crabs leading 10-8. 10 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for the Crabs, 8 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for the Prune Packers. A wild ball game that has shifted back and forth. Crabs led 4-0. Prune Packers tied. Crabs led 8-4. Prune Packers tied. And now the Crabs lead 10-8 here in the top of the 9th inning. First of 3, well, first of the best 2 out of 3 for the Pacific Empire League Championship. Tomorrow's travel day. Teams will play Thursday night in Healdsburg. Enyart. First pitch is a breaking pitch low to Savatari. It's 1-0. He is 2 for 4 tonight.
I think the Crabs will take the red-eye flight to Healdsburg.
Maybe. The 1-0. Misses away, 2-0.
And for Enyart right here, you can't overthink it. You just got to
throw the ball, man.
just got to pitch pitch the baseball the same way he's been doing it, which has gotten him to this point here. And it's really hard, but again, this is what Coach Giacconi talks about, is the mental aspect of the game.
2-0 is a strike. Belt high right on the outside corner. 2-1. He set Healdsburg down in order in the 8th. He has had some control problems on and off this season, but he's also been brilliant at times. The 2-1. Popped in the air, foul territory. Morris near the Crabs dugout, and he's got it for the first out of the 9th inning. That's one. Here's Martinez. He's 0 for 4.
Again, like you mentioned, the top of the lineup here for Healdsburg.
Enyart, a long look in. Now he sets, rocks, and comes home. Fastball in there for a strike at the knees on the inside corner, 0-1. Actually, that was a changeup, it looked like.
It's a good pitch when you think it's got the same movement as a fastball.
Really. The 0-1 is slapped down the right field line. Foul. Oh, boy.
I've got the defibrillator ready for you.
I'm going to need it. 0-2.
I think
to
somebody in
Martinez.
here has got to be traded CPR in case Benjamin goes down. Please.
0-2. That ball was right over the bag. That would have been big trouble, been fair. The 0-2. And he pops that in the air. Right field. Sewell rushing over towards the line in foul territory, and he makes the catch. And he dropped the ball. Did he call him out?
Nope. Dropped it.
So Martinez will get another shot. Oh, boy.
Well, Sewell, with his speed, he came flying over from second base. He called off.
Yeah,
Both
and he
right
dropped it.
and first, Medikoff, and just went off the heel of his glove, it looked like.
Yep.
But to his credit, he did have the best angle on that, I believe.
He
yes,
did,
and
yeah.
he came in. He saw it the entire way. But that's, yeah, another tough play.
The 0-2, swung on and missed, got him. Enyart comes back and gets him anyway. 2 away.
Does not matter.
So it'll be up to Sutter. He's 1 for 4 with a double. Crabs looking to take the game 1 of the Pacific Empire League Championship Series. The Crabs are definitely the underdogs in this series. And they're going to shift over to the left side of the infield. Here's the pitch. And it's a slider in there for a strike at the knees, 0-1. Great pitch, right at the knees. The fans are on their feet.
Thinking about getting
More
on
or
their
less.
feet.
Next pitch is down low.
In spirit. They're on
The fans are making noise from their seated positions.
with their feet.
With their feet. 1-1 the count.
The English language. Just blame it on that.
1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and the Prune Packers are down to their last strike. One and 2 the count. The pitch. Got him. Game over. Crabs win game 1 of the championship series.
Huge.
What a huge victory for the Crabs. Boy, they fought and fought this ball game. They fought for every run in this game and finally prevailed 10-8. 10 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for the Crabs, 8 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for Healdsburg. Adam Enyart with the save. Wow, what a ball game.
I mean, it was just, you got a collective deep breath. Just let it out. I mean, you're up 4-0, you're hitting cruise control, and then all of a sudden they come back and hit you with 4 runs.
And then you're up 4 more runs.
And then the Crabs come back. They're like, you know what, we'll show you. And guess what? They answer back with 4 more. I mean, what a game, what a performance by both of these two teams. And for once, the Crabs fielding woes don't come back to bite them against the Prune Packers, and they live to see another day. And how about this? They go on the road, they take game 1 at home, which was an absolute must. You cannot go into Healdsburg down 1-0. They got the job done at home. It is not done yet, but it makes it a whole lot easier.
Sure
You've got 2 to win 1.
And they've got Standish ready to go.
Standish is going to go Thursday from what I'm hearing.
Okay.
So.
All right, well, what a ball game, and I don't know what else to say. Thanks for listening, folks, from Benjamin Schaefer, Mitchell, Monty, and Liam.
Boy, the game's got your brain scrambled.
My brain is scrambled. But anyway, thanks for listening. Crabs Baseball 107.3 FM.